Hey guys, I am Angie and I'm going to show you my presentation on system thinking. Firstly, from the introduction, you need to know about the 5 disciplines that are included in learning organization, which are first, systems thinking, second, personal mastery, third, mental models, fourth, shared vision, and fifth, the team learning. However, I'll only cover the most fundamental disciplines today, which is system thinking. So before I go further, let me tell you what systems thinking is. Systems thinking is a great number of methods, tools, and principles all placed together to be seen as being related or connected to each other. And what are systems? Systems are a set of things working together as part of a mechanism or an interconnecting network to do a specific job. And parts of system have an effect on another. They are related to one another as well as they are dependent to each other to form a united unit. And examples of systems are the solar system and the circulatory system within the human body. Next, why is it important to learn systems? It's because, first, systems provide people with tools to analyze complicated problems as our world is in a constant change, and therefore organization and everyone need to be ready to change and manage those changes. Second, systems allow people to have wider perspective in analyzing complex problems. Third, systems help people to think critically and communicate more effectively. By thinking critically means that if you look at a problem, look at it systemically in a long-term way, not in a short-term way. And last but not least, systems ensure people to be aware of the benefits of team in doing project work. Systems have several characteristics which include first, all parts of the system must be present for the system to perform its function. So, if one of the parts is missing, it will affect its function and relationships. Second, all parts must be arranged in an ordered way for the system to perform its function. Therefore, the parts cannot be combined in any random order, or otherwise they do not make a system. And third, systems have particular functions within larger system, which also means that all systems have particular functions in relationship to the large system in which they are embedded. Fourth, systems maintain stability through the interactions between the parts of the systems and between the system and its environment. Last, the fifth, systems have feedback, which is the reactions and response of the system. And here's the system structures, which include the events, patterns, and structure pyramid. So, start from the tip of the pyramid is the events. Events are very simple and direct. Changes in events are happening over time. And the second one is patterns, moving from events to patterns. Patterns are changes in events over time. And the third one is the structure, which completes the pyramid. The questions that are normally asked at structure is why is this pattern happening and what's causing these events? And now let's discuss about the level of understanding which represents the richness of the events, patterns, and structure pyramid. For the action mode, usually events react to the action, patterns adapt to action, and structure create change to the action. And for the time orientation, events is present and structure is future. And way of perceiving, events witness event, patterns measure or track patterns of events, and for structure, causal loop diagram and other systems thinking tools. And questions you would ask for events, what's the fastest way to react to this event now? For pattern, what kinds of trends or patterns of of events seem to be recurring. For structure, what structures are in place that are causing this pattern? And next is the beer game. What is beer game? Beer game is a stimulation of a supply chain with floor positions, which are the factory, distribution, wholesaler, and retailer. And how to play beer game. First, participants take the role of each of the positions, while each position is identical except for the factory, and each has an inventory of beer. Each receives order from and ships the beer to the sector downstream, which is from the factory to the distributor to the wholesaler and to the retailer, and each orders the beer from the sector upstream from the retailer, wholesaler, distributor and to the factory. Beer is then received after a shipping delay. In the case of the factory, beer is received after a production delay. The purpose of beer game is to minimize cost and avoid out-of-stock station, to introduce people to the ideas of system dynamic, so that people will experience the difficulties of playing a role in a complex systems, and also to know that each part of the systems is interrelated and interdependent to one another. And now we have reached the end of the presentation, so thank you for your attention.